Amazon is firing 14,000 people and they're all managers. So if you work for Amazon and don't like your manager, then it just might be your lucky day.
So I think I'm getting laid off today. My boss sent me and my entire team a message a couple days ago to come in this morning in office, bring all of our equipment, and join a meeting at 10 a.m. called discussion.
It is so stinking messed up how these big, stupid companies keep completely screwing over their workforce in order for them to make even more money than they currently do. So perfect example, I was talking to one of my friends today. She works over at DoorDash, and she was telling me how her and pretty much the whole sales team over there right now is just getting completely screwed
So I'm
over.
sad. It's the end of the year. Everybody's trying to live their best life. By the time this video comes out, it's probably maybe at the beginning of the year. But yeah, unfortunately, people are actually getting laid off during this time period, which sucks. Kind of just want to go over some of the people who are getting laid off in the tech roles. Kind of to hear some of their thoughts, and I can kind of give some of my advice if I was in that position right now, based on, I guess, maybe my own experiences in life in general, whatnot, friends, and some other YouTubers who also, lost their job during this time period and was able to get back and grind and make it. So let's go ahead and start out with this first video here. And yeah, it's only 11 seconds, so let's see what he's talking about. And
I just got laid off, and now
let's try this again. Let's put this right there. All right, now let's start this video.
don't work in tech. I just got laid off, and now I have no income. Thank you. Hopefully this music thing can start working.
Dang. Okay. So yeah, I don't agree with this video. He said he got laid off, so don't work in tech. I mean, tech isn't the only career or only, I guess, niche, etc., whatever, that is getting laid off. We got people getting laid off everywhere. I want to say it was like a restaurant or some type of, oh man, I forgot if it was just in Texas or somewhere, but like they just literally got laid off like the week before Christmas. Like 2,000 plus people just got laid off just like that, and it wasn't dealing with tech. So yeah, unfortunately, this is everywhere. A lot of people losing their job everywhere. You got a whole lot of Amazon workers right now protesting so they can get paid more because it's their work environment. They're all the stuff they got to do is just too much for the amount of pay that they're getting and how quick they're able to cut them off. Just quick, just cutting people off. So yeah, I think actually tech is probably one of the better options right now. Even though, again, we are getting tech layoffs, we're getting layoffs everywhere. On this channel, again, I've been talking about a lot of tech layoffs, but then it's only because I'm in tech. Everybody's getting laid off and dang near every freaking type of capacity, it feels like. Or not just it feels like, it is. I mean, we've seen countless videos that I've reviewed that wasn't in tech, people getting laid off. I know people personally who got laid off. So I know that sucks right now. And I hate that they're doing this again, laying people off right before Christmas. They can't wait till after Christmas. They got to do it right before. Crazy. That's just crazy right now. But I guess if I was in that position right now, definitely trying to go to some type of unemployment that can, help out at least somewhat. Hopefully your job allows you to do that, and especially if you're in a tech type of role. Hopefully you maybe got some type of severance pay if possible, maybe not. I don't know what type of position he was currently in, what type of tech role he's currently in. Hopefully he has at least a few months of experience at the very least. That will give him some type of advantage in this job market, because again, a lot of these tech jobs are looking for people with experience, not necessarily who went to college, who didn't go to college, or who got XYZ certifications. A lot of these places are looking for qualified applicants, not just any applicant, qualified applicant. And by that, they're looking for people with some experience. So yeah, you having some experience, you go into the job, market again, you had to grind. Now it looks like you probably haven't been look like you've been in tech maybe for a while now. So you probably didn't even have to worry about, grinding 1,000+ resumes to get, one position. So yeah, you go in the job market right now, or somebody watching the video in a similar way, you're going to see how crazy it is right now. But again, you will have some type of leg up of you having the experience. So what you can do, and this is why I recommend for him and for people in that situation right now, it's a great time to start grinding right now. You made the video. Let's say you made the video right now. It's like 10:34. Chillax tonight. Tomorrow, you're going to grind. First, you're going to go ahead and work on your LinkedIn. You're going to go ahead and get your LinkedIn up, update that, update your current role or your current role you had, some previous roles, and on the description, I want you to write the ways that you've helped improve the company, and not just like your day-to-day tasks, but like quantitative ways that you we're able to help the company out. We're able to, help the company save, 25% here, about $500,000 here, et cetera, et cetera. Have columns of numbers so that when you're talking with like recruiters and whatnot, you have numbers. A lot of these companies like to see numbers. Again, you can use AI if you need to help out with your profile picture. There's several different sites right there. So you don't necessarily have to spend money on getting a professional photo. So get your LinkedIn up. I would then go ahead and get your resume up as well. Make sure that looks good. Make sure that looks, dandy. Look at some of my videos, previous videos on resumes that can help out. Go to YouTube, look at some of those and get a good resume, 1 to 2 page, nice, a lot of white spaces, not everything's clogged up, easy to see, bang, bang, bang. That can help out a lot too. And then, yeah, go ahead and get ready to start applying. You can start applying to LinkedIn jobs. You start applying to, it's like so many different sites. You got monster.com, you got Google. You can just type in the job, etc., that you want on Google, have a whole list there. And like there's several different other ones as well. I've used a lot of different ones too on my 1,500 job application that I did. And if you can make a list of like each job that you're applying to, that can help out as well. Also too, with your resume, you want to have a different resume for each type of like position that you're trying to go for. So like if you're looking for like, okay, let's say you're a cybersecurity and you're looking at analyst jobs, engineering jobs, for example, or maybe hacking jobs. That's your third thing. Each of those should have like a slightly different resume. It doesn't have to be completely different, but some of the keywords that you can add in at the end of your resume should be slightly different. And some of the projects that you create on that resume should be a little bit different. Now, even if you do have experience, you may want to have like some type of projects as well that you can add on. So maybe look at different projects that you can do. It's a whole lot of ones you can find online for free on YouTube, for example, that you can follow and then put that on GitHub. And you have some projects that you can then copy a link to on your resume so you can give out to people. Another one is Josh Metacore. That's the one I took. And not only was I able to learn a lot, gain a whole lot of projects, I was also able to join his internship. So I could add that to my resume that, yeah, I have some type of experience. So maybe if you're losing your job right now, you can join Josh Meta course, a course, for example, try to get into the internship there. And then you have some type of cyber, some type of tech role still applying, still going for yourself. So that when you're talking to recruiters, you don't have that like a big lapse in time. You can be like, hey, I was working for this company and then maybe XYZ happened. Or maybe you can be like, hey, I just wanted to help out other people. I just want to take a break and help out other people. I did this for internship for 3 months. Now I'm ready to get back in the job market. It'll look like, hey, you're really out here grinding and you were doing so good that you would help out other people. So, it's just some FYI stuff right there. And then, yeah, it's applying. Yeah, that's what I would definitely do. But if you already have experience as well, you may not have to apply to as many jobs. So you can actually be more focused. And again, when I'm saying like go to like LinkedIn and all these other sites, you can apply on those sites, but I would also recommend not only just applying to those sites, but going to the actual job board, whatever company it is, go to their job site and go to the job position on their site and apply there too. At least from what I've been seeing from other people. And I guess a little bit from myself as well, actually. Applying on their actual site gets you a higher chance because sometimes when you apply like on LinkedIn, for example, they're not actually going to the company. They're going to like an individual. So, it's just some things to look at too, to look into. But yeah, that says that you lost your job right now, right before the holidays. But I definitely wanted to have that as a reason to just give up tech in general. Now let's go ahead and play this next video here. And yeah, she got laid off this morning, which is like
Off this morning. I was supposed to have the day off. The whole company was supposed to be off. I get a phone call from my boss and she goes, I need you to check your email. The sales director wants to have a meeting with you. I'm like, okay, like I'll go check my email. Like I'm at home, it's fine. So I have a meeting invite from the sales director titled Meeting with HR. HR. Like everyone who is in the corporate world knows that it's never a good thing when you have a meeting with HR because it normally only means one thing and it normally means that you're losing your job. So I get ready for this call. I go put my makeup on, go put on my mascara because I know I'm probably going to have my camera on. And what do you know? They say, we're going to eliminate your position. We are trying to save money, yada, yada, yada. And they go through all the stuff that you're never going to remember because like your life just changed like within the blink of an eye. And the crazy thing is that my boss like didn't even know that this was happening. Like when she called me, I called her back and I was like, "Well, what's the issue? Like, I see HR is on this meeting." And she's like, "I don't know, like, I'll drive home for this meeting." So then I just have to, like, you have to sit there, like, with your camera on after they just delivered, like, the worst news ever. Like,
Dang, yeah, that sucks. That definitely sucks. That definitely sucks. Yeah, yeah. Usually I say, that first day that you get like unemployed or whatnot, just chill that first day. That next day start grinding. But you know what? Maybe you want like maybe an extra day. I don't want you to do, just be chilling for like weeks on end. But hey, man, okay, you know what? Maybe it's a second day, third day, recalculate your thoughts and whatnot, and then get back on that grind. Get back on that grind. But yeah, I hate when that happens. I remember when I was in like transition, focusing just on my own business. And I had a client who was like my only client at that time because I was like losing clients and whatnot. And like, it was kind of like a big transition during that period. And literally, I'm just doing work. I'm thinking I'm good. And that night, he texted me. He was like, "Oh yeah, we don't need your services right now." I think he said something about we didn't save money and whatnot. And it was just like that, just that quick. And it was like, dang, I forgot how close it was to like the holidays, but I remember it just being like very quick and me needing the money and it sucked. So man, it sucked. It sucked. It sucked. And like that next day I really, really had to get on that grind to get some more clients and whatnot during that period of time. And man, that period was was crazy too, barely making anything. But yeah, it definitely sucks. But you can use that time to like recollect, like that first night, second night, maybe even third night, I guess. Recollect your thoughts, kind of see what type of path you want to get into, and really hone in and try to get that next position. I know it sucks that you get laid off, but you got to remember also too that a lot of people get laid off or a lot of people lose positions just like that. And like, hopefully, after it happens to you, you won't be in that position anymore in terms of having just one source of income. I know for myself, when stuff like that happens, it just motivates me even more to have multiple sources of income. So even if I lose a big chunk, I'm still able to have some type of money coming in. And yeah, it doesn't really hit you until you in like positions like this a lot of the different times. So you can use this as a stepping stone. Actually, it doesn't have to necessarily be all bad. Your next position can be a whole lot better, and you can actually ask for a whole lot more money or a good chunk of more money when you go to your next position. So again, you can look at the positives of this, so you can go ahead and grind on your next position for sure. But yeah, in the comments, I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on what you would do if you were in her position. I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts. See, I usually give all mine maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. It's probably already been 2, 3, 4 minutes already of me talking. But I definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts too on the ways you were, transition from this period. If you lost your job randomly one morning, definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Now, next up, let's go ahead and see what she's talking about. Layoffs announced. So yeah, freaking layoffs. Let's see what she's on.
A few weeks ago, my company announced that they're going to be doing significant layoffs next year. Now, I'm not going to be getting into the reason why, but all I know is that at this point, no one is safe. That being said, I do want to have some sort of plan in place, just in case I'm one of the ones that gets be sharing a bit about how I'm going to plan to set myself up in case the worst does happen. Also know that a lot of you have probably already been through this, so any tips or advice is more than welcome.
Okay, okay. So yeah, she was just asking us, okay, what we would do. So okay, layoffs are coming. Okay. Thankfully they didn't lay you off right now, so you're able to still enjoy the money during this Christmas, during these holidays, during this new transition to the new year. But yeah, this is definitely a time to try to find other sources of income. Actually, you know what? Prior to the other sources of income, you may want to look into that. But your first thing you want to do probably again work on your LinkedIn, make sure that looks good, make sure that looks jazzy. If you're in tech, make sure your GitHub is kind of up to date, make sure that looks good. And then make sure your resume, start polishing up your resume, start watching YouTube videos on resumes, probably use ChatGPT to help you out with some of the word usage on your resume and get that ready. And then, yeah, sure, you can start applying to jobs. You can just go ahead and start, throwing the reel out there and just kind of, start getting hits. You don't necessarily have to go to these new jobs, but you can go through these interviews so that you're able to not only see the kind of questions that they're asking now in 2025, 2024, but also kind of get a sense of where they're at, what type of new technology all the different companies are using. So then you can start going ahead and learning those new skill sets so that if you do get laid off, you're already like ahead of a lot of different people. You're already getting calls, you're already getting calls from people. You're already learning those new skills. So yeah, that's what I would do if I knew a big layoffs were looming. I was kind of to start preparing myself for that case. And again, trying to find other avenues of making additional income that can also help as well. Looks like this user right here is already creating content. So that's great. Post that, not just on TikTok, but post that on Facebook. Post that on Instagram. I know Instagram Reels. Post that on Rumble. Post this multiple different places. So if you're making $100 on TikTok, you make $100 here, $100 here, $100 here on one piece of content. One piece of content, can make you an extra $300 on the other platforms. And then times that by how much pieces of content you're creating a day or a week or a month, that can add up a lot. So yeah, that's my definitely 2 cents on that. Definitely let me know in the comments what type of advice you guys would give her on this if knew, unfortunately, layoffs were looming. Now, let's go ahead and play this next one, Corporate Greed, Christmas Layoffs. Nervous to see what it's going to be about.
I find it interesting that like every fifth video on this app right now is videos of people getting laid off. Those and videos of people who work in various forms of tech who have done submitted 1,000 resumes and still have not gotten jobs. We are in an era of peak corporate greed with prices going up, layoffs, and especially moving in. They want to cut their bottom line by the end of the year by laying people off at Christmas time. And this is like the end of TikTok. You know what I mean? Like we're in the doomsday hour of America. And then this app, it's just so weird. It's like some weird dystopian thing watching people getting laid off while I'm just scrolling my little thing with my cat on my lap.
Yeah, it's crazy. And we were talking about the people who applied to 1,000+ jobs. Yeah, that's for me right there to get in my position. Yeah, a lot of other people as well. Even in my Discord group that ran, a lot of people are applying to 1,000+. And it's kind of just like the thing now, like a lot of people are just aware if you're trying to get into tech, for example, or into a new type of role into tech, that is unfortunately one of the games you got to play, at least for your first job. After you're like your second and third, it seems to go down drastically because a lot of these companies are looking for experience. As he says, corporate greed. Yeah, I think it is maybe corporate greed on the Christmas layoffs for them not waiting until January, or February, them doing it right before Christmas. I can see the greed part in that. But yeah, a lot of these companies are actually losing money. Not all of them, though. A lot of these companies are actually making a ton of money and they're still laying off people. So I guess it just depends on what company we're talking about because I've seen some on both sides. But yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy seeing that. I don't think it's going to end up just stopping next year in 2025. Hopefully we can see, maybe a decrease. I have been seeing a whole lot more tech jobs opening up, but just because I'm seeing a whole lot more does not mean necessarily anything because quite frankly, I was able to apply to 1,000+ jobs and I wasn't getting 1,000+ of those jobs. So yeah, you may see a whole lot of jobs, but are they actually hiring for those jobs? I did videos talking about this too, about a whole bunch of ghost jobs and all the other stuff like that. And then, yeah, watch out for that too. So it's like, dang, you dang this way, you dang that way. But yeah, it definitely sucks. It definitely sucks. It definitely sucks. Especially getting laid out before Christmas. That definitely sucks. I mean, I can't say that's great. No, that sucks. That definitely sucks. All right, guys, let's go ahead and play this last one here. Let's see what she's talking about.
I just wanted to come on here for a second. So sadly, I'm a part of that group that was laid off in tech. And I have been laid off for almost a year now. So I got the news on December 13th of last year, and I've been unemployed since. And it's just been a rough journey, I just never would have imagined this would be my life. And the job market has just been terrible. I feel like I am searching for a job, and I feel like I am in the market as a brand new, fresh person at college with zero experience. And I don't think anyone would really understand how daunting that is. And I really had to come on this app sad and in low spirits. So if you're looking for positive energy, I'm sorry you can't find that here today. But yeah, layoffs suck. Being on the market for over 365 days sucks. But I can you just have to find little pockets of joy. You can't let your career define you. And people let them know, your situation, and they don't really know what to say, but they will tell you that things will get better, and I'm sure eventually it will if you don't let the process and the in-between time crack you, If you don't break in the meantime, things will get better, but it is hard. It is a very hard situation to be in, and just feeling really emotional today, and I mean, I guess I'm on here just to let other people know that you're not alone, that it's a lot of people out here that's going through the same thing.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna go ahead and end that right there. Yeah, it definitely sucks. Like, again, getting laid off. Now, she said she's been laid off for a year. And it is a very long time. It is a very long time right there. And I guess my advice, if I was in that position after a year for sure, you may have to for sure look at other careers or other like paths within your job field. Yeah, I think she said she was in tech. I don't know what position in tech she was looking at or she was currently working in, but maybe for some time you may actually have to downgrade. So, you may have to go to more of the help desk type of role for a period of time so you can, rank yourself back up or find a company, go to the help desk route and be like, hey, I'm interested in still going in XYZ path. And a lot of these places, at least from back when I was applying to a whole lot of jobs, they were very open for you to like transition and grow within the company. I have been seeing that a lot. So yeah, that's something I would definitely do after a year. That's a long time. Now, I'm assuming she's by herself. That's why she's making this video. If you were somebody else and like you don't have to like worry about any bills, for example, then things can change a little bit more. But even still, man, a year, that's a very long time. Even still, I may look at other, alternatives again for some type of period of time so I can make some type of income, or be able to have a higher chance of being able to transition. And so it doesn't look as bad on my resume that, hey, I got this big year off. Internships could also be something good if you're not able to get anything at this period. You can look at some type of remote internship if possible. If you're in tech, the cyber side, again, check out Josh Metacore's course. You type in Josh Metacore on YouTube, probably on Facebook or on Google. You should be able to see him. I definitely recommend that as one alternative for an internship. Again, there's other, internships. I was able to get one with Microsoft that was online as well. It taught me more about the cloud. So if I could find this, I know you guys definitely can as well. There's some other ways you can look at something that you can put on your resume again, that you're still grinding, you're still working on certification, you're still doing something within this year. And it's not just like a blank year that nothing has progressed. You haven't applied to barely any amount of jobs. You haven't learned any new skill set. You haven't got any internships. They're going to look, worse on your resume versus, hey, yeah, I was laid out for a year, but I got, XYZ certification during this time period. I got XYZ internships, created my own YouTube channel. I created all this content to help out other people, worked on this amount of projects, worked on this project. That's going to give you a higher chance and just allow you to, again, have more repertoire. I guess that's the term, with the people that you're going to be talking with when you're trying to get a job. So yeah, that kind of just my 10 cents there. Definitely want to hear your guys' thoughts too on what you would do in this position. You already been laid off a year. Would you kind of do some of my advice? Would you just give up? Would you go to a completely different like field instead of working in tech? You start going to nursing. I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts on that. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.